is where the fun begins.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sith Talk. Today we have back on the show Tiara from the Crafting on Ilum Instagram. How you doing today, Tiara?
I'm good. I'm excited.
Yes. All right. So tell us a little bit about your Instagram, your Shopify page, and what kind of stuff you do there.
Yeah, so my Instagram page is a wild ride. If you take a look at it, there's several like things of content. We got memes of Star Wars. We got my shop where I make my designs, and then I do cosplay. So you can get a little cosplay inspo from there too. My Shopify link is directly on my Instagram bio. And you copped that Darth Maul shirt? Yeah.
Yes.
Shirts like these. I got my Thrawn one. Still working on the design for that one. You got yours. There's always a 20% off discount for your first purchase, and that is somewhere in my Instagram account. You can find that post to put that code in. But yeah, that's what my shop is.
Nice. So speaking of her shop, I did just order something, and it did just come today.
Dang!
So we're gonna open this right now.
The timing. What
I know
the heck?
it literally got delivered today. So
that's cool.
Do you have this one yet? Your newest?
No, I haven't purchased it yet. I have to get all the thank you cards out too. But
I got this before you.
New one.
So,
hey, look at that.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that looks so dope.
And it's a soft style too, so that way it's like really comfy, you know.
It is. Yeah. But yep. So this bad boy today, super dope. The minute you put it up, I had to buy it. I had to instantly.
Yeah, I really want to start doing more like Anakin. I think I have maybe like 2 designs, so I want to do more of him because he's such a great character. So.
Oh yeah, everybody loves Anakin. So for you guys watching on YouTube, I'll put the link to her Instagram and her Shopify down in the description. But I have her page up here right now. So
sweet.
Lot of cool stuff here. Where is oh yeah, there's the Anakin shirt right there. And then did the other one come out that you were just promoting, the World Between Worlds shirt?
World Between Worlds is on there. It should be published, yeah.
Is it titled World Between Worlds?
Oh gosh, let me check. Hold up. It's a good question. That's a thank you card.
Yeah, I got both of these Maul shirts and that sticker.
Yeah, the sticker is so much fun.
I think you need to do some more Maul stuff too.
I want to do some Shin stuff too.
Oh, please,
right?
Please.
Oh, there it is. Portal of Wolves. That's what it's called.
Oh, yes. Yes. So this is oh, look at the Ahsoka orange. So, sand. Oh, yeah. That's really, really dope. The whole World Between Worlds.
Yeah.
And you design all this stuff, right?
I do, yeah. I mean, obviously, like, you have the Hayden edit, and that's just edited like onto the shirt. But like, yeah.
That is so cool. So yeah, guys, definitely go check her out. A lot of good stuff in here. I still want to get this, man. The Roger.
Oh, things are Roger. Yeah.
But that the mustard is it's always sold out.
I can try and find like a different vendor. I didn't notice that the mustard one was sold out, so I can try and find a different vendor to get that same color.
Oh yeah.
So I'll take a look at that and I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know for sure. So for everyone that comes back on for the second time, there's a different set of questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first one is, who got you into Star Wars?
That's my dad. My dad was a really, really big Star Wars fan. He had and my uncle too on my mom's side, but they had like their shrine, of Star Wars things. He had like the old sabers, like they're not, I don't know if they're glass, but it's not like the NeoPixels that are out now. But like when they first started releasing like actual lightsabers, he had those. So yeah, my dad, he took me out of school to go watch episode 3 in theaters when it came out. I was like 7 or 8.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So the next question is, what is your dream Star Wars project? If you could have anything made, any movie, any show, any video game, any book, what would you want?
Okay, I don't know if this is considered it, but I would really like for the prequels to be released with like the stuff that was cut out, like a full, like episode 3, everything that was cut out. I want to see all of it. Episode 2, when they go to Padme's home, I want to see that.
Oh, like the director's cut, because
Yeah,
supposedly there's a 4-hour cut of Revenge of the Sith, like
yeah,
allegedly.
yeah.
I would sell my soul to watch that. Like what?
Yeah, that's something that I want to see. Besides that, I don't know if that because it's not new, but other than that, I probably
Kind
would
of
want to see
though.
like post episode 6, like focusing on Luke, Leia, and Han, like what they're doing. But yeah, those are my two.
Nice, nice.
Mm.
Good choices. So the last question is, what character do you want either to come back or just to see more of?
Justice for Qui-Gon.
Oh, Qui-Gon. That's a good one.
Um, yeah, I mean, I've obviously am super psyched that Ahsoka is now out. We're getting a lot more follow up. It's post like Rebels, and we're getting more follow up on Ahsoka, and I'm very satisfied with what we're getting thus far from
Oh, yeah.
Ahsoka. But maybe some Qui-Gon stuff. I don't know. That's a hard one.
I know. Qui-Gon would be dope though, because like the little bit we got in Tales was
Mm,
so good. Like I want
mhm.
more.
Maybe like
Um,
some of his missions, and like maybe a little bit more on Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan's missions, and then maybe like Obi-Wan and Satine's kind of dynamic. That'd be cool to see.
yeah, that'd be super cool.
Yeah.
Super, super cool. So one of the main things we'll be talking about today is the Ahsoka show. Now, what have you thought of it so far? 6 episodes in.
I love it. I think every episode continues to like show up for the show, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Certain seasons you have your highs and lows, but I think this one is like consistently like obviously there's
Yes.
episodes like with the Hayden flashback with Ahsoka, like that one was like top tier, but I think it's
Yeah.
consistent in what the content that we're seeing.
No, for sure. Like, I'm so happy that Dave wrote it all because, like you said, it's
Mhm.
a consistent story the whole way through. It
Yeah.
all flows, it all makes sense. Like, I haven't felt this satisfied with Star Wars content in a long time. Like a
Mm.
long time. It's a
Yeah.
good feeling to be happy after every week.
Yeah, and it leaves you wanting more. Like it leaves in the perfect spot, and you have a general idea of where it's going, but you're also like, what are they going to throw in the next episode? Like, what am I going to be seeing in the next episode? So
Yeah.
yeah.
No, exactly. So we'll talk about this last episode in a second, but I want to talk again about episode 5, that Anakin episode, because you big on the Clone Wars, right?
Oh yeah, I love Clone Wars and Rebels. I like Rebels slightly more just because it's
Me
like
too.
a full-on narrative, like with new
Yeah.
characters, things like that. Clone Wars is great because we see more in depth of, the first and second episode or movies. So I really like it for that aspect, but Rebels just because it's more of a narrative. But I do love me some Clone Wars.
So what did you think when freaking Anakin cut the bridge, she
Mhm.
fell, and we're in the Clone Wars? Like, how did you react to that?
I freaked out. I'm not joking. So I was sitting on the bed and I would inch closer and closer with every flashback to like the TV because I needed to be
Yeah.
like up and
Yeah,
center.
yeah.
I freaked out. I was so excited because we see the post on Instagram and on social media. We're like, we need a Clone Wars like live action, and that's what we were
Yeah.
getting like years later from 2008, and now it's 2023, and that's what we're getting. Like, it's mind blowing.
Yeah, it was crazy. It blew me away seeing young Snips, then seeing the
Yeah,
clone troopers, the gunships. I'm a sucker for the gunships.
the gunships. Yeah.
That was so wild. But like seeing Captain Rex, like when I first saw him, like the phase one, I'm like, is that Rex? Like I thought it
Mm-hmm.
was Rex. But
Mm-hmm.
then when we saw him and he talked, I lost it, man. How'd you feel about seeing Rex?
I loved seeing. I wish we could have seen like Tamora Morrison's
Yeah, with
face. Yeah, to take off
yeah.
the helmet and talk to Snips, like that would have been really, really great.
I know. I wonder why they didn't do that. Like that would have
I
broke.
don't know.
Like he already broke the internet. The five
Mhm.
seconds of Rex just talking.
Yeah.
Imagine if you would have took it off because they had so many missions together, especially there at the Siege of Mandalore.
Siege of
So
Mandalore was like pivotal, especially like their conversation on the ship, like after Order 66. Like that's heavy stuff. We should have seen his face.
I know. I know. Do you think? Well, I don't know. We only have 2 episodes left, but do you think there's a chance we see old man Rebels Captain Rex?
Ooh, that's a good question. I mean, honestly, all like anything's possible, I feel like, at this point, because Filoni has thrown in everything that we've been like waiting for. So I feel like it's a good possibility. I'm also waiting for Zeb. I have very big questions. Why hasn't he been shown yet?
So that blows my mind, because like, why would you go through all that effort making Zeb and just throwing him in Mando for a cameo? When half the people watching Mando had no idea who he was. Like,
exactly.
So hopefully it would be dope if we see both of them together, and Callus. Like, we need Asian Callus.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. I was expecting Zeb to be in the fleet that Hera took on the rogue mission to the planet. Yeah,
I know. There was like 5 X-wings, and they were going from pilot to pilot to pilot, and I was like, is Zeb the last one?
Yeah,
nothing,
I know,
man.
I know.
So
that didn't make sense to me, but
it doesn't. And like, I don't know. I still trust Dave, but hopefully we get like a tease, even if it's quick, just so we could say, okay, at least he was in it, even if it's like a 5-second Rex cameo. Like, so.
I mean, we got like a little miniature photo of Kanan on Hera's dashboard, like,
and the name drop too.
Yeah, why aren't we seeing Zeb? Though we have 2 episodes to go still. So,
you know, that photo is a photo of Freddie Prinze Jr.
I know. I saw when I looked closer at it. Yeah,
it's like an old photo of him younger, but they just photoshopped it. But they used him. That's kind of crazy. So in 3 weeks, he's gonna be out here in Florida at Spook Gala. So I'm going to get his autograph. I'm gonna ask him. I'd be like, bro, was that picture of Kanan in Ahsoka? Was that you? Like, because if it was, technically, wouldn't they have to ask like for his permission, or would they need to ask, or like, or
I think so,
or would they even like just give him the heads up that, hey, we're gonna use you? So I want to ask him and see what he says. And hopefully he's not like, I hate Star Wars, because you know how he's kind of grumpy sometimes now. So I'm kind of gonna feel him out because I'm bringing my Rebels poster for him to sign. Oh,
nice.
It's actually right here.
Let's see it. Oh, that's so cool. What the heck? Oh, you've gotten all the signatures from the different characters?
I got everybody, but I still need Ashley, I need Kanan, and I need Lars. I just got Sam Witwer the other day, and then at ICC I got Zeb, Ezra, Sabine, and Hera. So when I see his reaction when I give him this to sign, I'll see if he's kind of like in a good mood, and then I'll be like, was that you in Ahsoka?
Yeah. Yeah, he can be kind of grumpy for sure.
I know. We'll see. We'll see. So, what do you think of this last episode?
I thought it was really great. Like, of course, what is this? Episode 6? Yeah, episode 5, obviously we got Hayden, which is way up there, 10 out of 10. Flashbacks were great, but I think this one delivered. I love the folklore that we got in this last episode. I love the I love origin stories. So when they brought up the Dathomiri sisters and like things like that, I was like, that is so cool to have an expansion on that, because you know, for all of us, our understanding is their homeworld is Dathomir, but they're actually coming from a different galaxy. Like, that's mind-blowing.
It is, yeah. So in the beginning, when she said that, like, this is the home planet of my ancestors, I was like, what? It's not Dathomir? Like, I always thought it was Dathomir.
Yeah.
So Filoni literally made new lore, which is so sick. And then, I don't know if you caught it, but when Baylan was talking to Shin, he was referring to Ezra as a Boken Jedi.
Yeah, so I've never heard Jedi referred to that.
So my boy Retney's Holocron, he made a video about that because he went nuts looking that up, and that's new. Filoni made that up, so that's new lore. So technically, Ezra is a Boken Jedi. Shin is technically Luke Skywalker is too, because Luke didn't train at the Jedi Temple or nothing. So like, that's a crazy thing, and I'm wondering, like, he made that up for some reason. There's gonna be more to it than that. So that new lore is awesome. And then just seeing Baylan and Shin talk, it was cool hearing more of his backstory, because like, I kind of thought he wasn't at the temple during Order 66. Maybe he was somewhere else. He said he saw the temple burning. He was there. And he said to Shin that you weren't there, like you didn't see it. So like, that confirms Shin was after, and that he was there. Like, I'd love that, like that world building stuff.
Yeah. No, I think his character is really intriguing. I love seeing their dynamic of Shin and Baylan. I get the gist of it. It kind of feels like a Qui-Gon and Obi situation.
It does.
But like dark side version of them. And Baylan he's such a great actor. He's a really intriguing character. Have you seen that theory that maybe he's Obi-Wan's brother, like a
Yeah,
wild theory, but I think
I
that'd be really
saw that.
fun.
At first, I'm like, that's kind of fun, but then someone was like, "There's no way they would both be at the Jedi temple and walking past each other each day, not realizing they're
And,
brothers."
like,
And I was
not
like,
feel that connection. That's
"Yeah." So
true.
I
That's
was like,
true.
"That makes sense. Damn it!"
That's
But it would
true.
have been cool,
That
like
would've been really cool.
super cool.
I wanna
I
know who his master is. I'm
I
super curious.
I literally was about to say, I'm trying to know who his master is, because like Noah made a dope video saying Plo Koon, which would be
Mm,
so ironic because Plo Koon's the one that found Ahsoka, and
mhm.
maybe he was there with them.
Yeah.
My other homeboy made a video that Dooku. What if it was Dooku? What if Dooku had another apprentice, like a secret apprentice? Because
Mm.
he's very Dooku Qui-Gon like.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
maybe, yeah. Because I feel like Qui-Gon I haven't read a lot of, like, the legends or, like, novels regarding,
mhm.
like, Dooku and Qui-Gon's past, but maybe Dooku had an apprentice after Qui-Gon for a little bit,
Yeah.
you know? I don't know. That's a good
Yeah,
question.
it's interesting. I hope that we get to find out who it is and that Dave like reveals it. I don't know. There's a chance they might not, but I'm just dying to know like who his master is, man.
Me too.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that was dope. The other thing that I liked, well, I kind of before going into this episode, I kind of thought I love Shin. She's crazy. She's toxic. I love it. But I thought she was gonna like turn to the dark side because I felt she was very savage and was gonna turn on Balin and go rogue and go dark. But
Mm.
after this episode, like if you rewatch it, the way she reacts to certain things, because one, she was asking a lot of questions about the Jedi Order. Do you miss it? How was it? Right. And she seemed intrigued, like she felt
Yeah,
lost,
yeah,
like she wanted to be part of something.
yeah,
But when Thrawn was like, "I want you guys to go and kill them," she was like, "You're gonna go on your word?" Because like Balin
yeah,
was like, "Yes, Grand Admiral,"
yeah,
and then she looked at him like, "What?" And then she
yeah.
side-eyed Thrawn,
Mm.
almost like she didn't like that.
Mhm.
So, do you think she's gonna like turn on Balin?
I don't think she's gonna turn on Balin. I feel like she might not upset Balin, but, like, maybe she's, like, because she's kinda hungry for power, you know, like, she's
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
constantly
yeah.
like, "It's our turn," and, like, Balin's like,
Yeah,
"No, I'm training you for something more," and I think she has a lot of respect for Balin and trusts his judgment, but I feel like maybe her appetite for power might cause her to do something that, like, goes against Balin's plan, but I don't think that she would, like, intentionally try and betray him. I don't know.
yeah. The beginning, I didn't catch it my first time watching it, but did you notice when Hu Yang and Ahsoka were in the Purgle's mouth, he said that I have these three Jedi stories or whatever, and Ahsoka was like, the first one is the best. I think that's like a nod to the prequels and her meaning that the Phantom Menace is the best because that's Dave Filoni's favorite movie.
Ooh, I didn't
Yeah,
catch that at
I didn't
all.
catch it, and Will Diamond Figs was like,
Mm,
Filoni's favorite movie is The Phantom Menace," and
Phantom.
she said the first one's the best. I think
Mm.
he's, like, hinting at that, which is super cool.
I love his little, like I guess they're Easter eggs, like, in
Yeah,
reference to, like,
yep,
his likings, yeah.
yeah. That was dope, and then when he was like, "In a galaxy far, far away," I'm like, "Man, that hit."
That hit home, yeah.
So when they first got there and landed on that planet, and we saw the three Night Sisters looking like Night Sisters, because Morgan's a Night Sister, but she doesn't look
Mhm.
like what
Yep.
we know.
Yeah.
Those three ladies look like Mother Talzin, Asajj. They look
Yeah.
crazy. What you think
Yeah.
when you first saw them?
I thought it was so cool. I loved hearing, like, Great Mother, and I was intrigued. I was like, "Did Mother Talzin, like, resurrect herself? Like, did these sisters
Yeah,
resurrect her? Is that Mother Talzin?" But I think they're completely different. But
yeah,
I thought it was so cool to see them live action. Like, I don't know. I really
yeah.
like their arc. I wish we learned more or had more episodes with them in the Clone Wars series. So
Oh
now that we
yeah.
have, like, a little bit more origin story for them, I think it's really, really cool.
No, for sure. And like hopefully we get a lot more with them. It's kind of crazy. They've been just chilling there with Thrawn, working with Thrawn, and like doing magic stuff. Like that's how they got a hold of Morgan. Was they
Mhm.
were reaching out to her. That's how she was,
Mhm.
figured it out.
Yeah.
But I loved all that Night Sister stuff. It was great. Um, I wonder if that army that was there, like all those stormtroopers, They're called night troopers. I didn't have the subtitles on, but everyone that did, they were like
This
night
is Night
troopers.
Troopers.
Yeah. So like, do you think all those stormtroopers are like Night Sister magic?
I think like a part of them, like a portion of them are, because Thrawn says something
Oh,
like in the episode, like we've already lost
they've been
certain
dwindling.
numbers
Yeah,
since,
the numbers
yeah,
have
we've
been
been
dwindling.
dwindling. So I think a part of them are like rose from the dead, or like basically zombies,
Yeah.
like how we saw in Clone Wars. But I think some of them are actually like troopers, like from when they
Yeah.
got sent into the next galaxy or whatever. Yeah, I think it's half.
Yeah. When the Chimera pulled up, I was like, yo, what'd you think when you saw that bad boy pull up, knowing what it was?
It looked at first I was like, "Wait, is this, is this it?" And then I
Yeah.
saw how like a portion of the wing was kind of like messed up, and I was like, "Oh no, this is it."
Yeah.
And then you can slightly, if you listen really carefully to the soundtrack, you can hear the organ, like the slight organ playing and kind of like increasing, because that's, Thrawn's
Oh,
theme song, so I can kind of hear it,
yeah.
and I was like, "That's it. That's it."
Oh man, yeah. That was so crazy. So after it landed and like we saw the army, I was like, yo, that's crazy. But then we see Homeboy walking up like a G. What did you think of Thrawn? Did you like how he looked? Did you like how he sound? Like, what were you feeling when Thrawn
I
popped
think
up?
he looked great. Um, I was watching it with someone and they commented that he looks like kind of fat, like kind of big.
He got a
And I'm
belly, yeah,
like, bro, it's been like 10 years. I was like, this man has to eat. Like, you get older, you gain some weight. Like, leave him be. But
yeah,
I think
yeah,
he looks good. I think the red eyes are pretty menacing. I think his
yeah,
posture is very accurate to how Thrawn stands. His
yeah,
voice, it's great. I think he looks good.
yeah. I was so happy with him. Like when he pulled up, the minute he said his first line, it just felt like I was watching Rebels. It felt
Mm.
perfect. It
The
felt natural.
delivery is really
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, and then, like, the red eyes, especially towards the end of the episode when we got the close-ups, like, it looked like he was looking into my soul, like, they were
Mm.
they were deep red.
Mhm. Yeah.
So Thrawn was great. It just sucks we didn't get him till episode 6, like, couldn't we get him a little earlier? Like, we're only gonna have
Yeah.
3 episodes total if we're lucky of Thrawn, which
Yeah.
sucks. So, that was great seeing Thrawn. What'd you think when he said to the Night Sisters at the end, "I need to use you guys again to use your dark magic again"?
I mean, I feel like they use their dark magic to reach out to Elsbeth, Morgan Elsbeth, and then
Oh,
like the Night Sisters, they're very prone to like bloodshed. That's I feel like that's what fuels their magic. So I think maybe they had to do something in order to communicate to Morgan Elsbeth.
uh-huh.
Um, And then also probably because they rose the army, like they have some of like their zombie night troopers, maybe they use some magic then. But like
Yeah,
I'm curious to see like how much of their magic are they gonna have to use in these next few episodes? Like what are they gonna be doing?
I know, I'm dying to know, and then, like, in the catacombs, it looked like they were bringing up, like, coffins. Do you
Mm,
do you think those are dead Night Sisters in those coffins? It has to be.
that would be really cool. I didn't think of that. That would be awesome.
Cause Morgan was like, "It's gonna take us 3 rotations to clear out the catacombs, that there's a
Mm,
lot down there," and we
mm,
saw the night troopers bringing up what looks like coffins.
mm.
I think they're loading up a bunch of dead Night Sisters on the Chimera to bring back to Dathomir, and, like, what if they're just gonna bring them all back to life on Dathomir?
And it's their home world, so like they've been
Yeah.
around for a while, and there's probably a lot of them.
Yeah,
And
that's crazy. So, like, hopefully we get to see what's in there.
yeah.
I think, because the actress that plays Morgan Elsbeth, she said her and Rosario have a fight scene, and it took them, like, 2 days to record it, and when they did their fight scene in Mando, it was, like, 10 hours. This one was,
Mm.
like, a couple days. So, I think we're gonna get a crazy Night Sister fight with Ahsoka and Morgan Elsbeth using magic to fight Ahsoka.
Ooh, if magic to yeah, because the battle that they did in Mando, I felt it was kind of like anticlimactic. I didn't
Yeah.
feel like it was intense enough. So I'm curious to see if she'll like use her magic and that will kind of like up the battle game.
I think so, because I think she wasn't using her magic then just to kind of hide it, but now she's gonna be over there. Like, what if, man? Imagine if we get a scene where Ahsoka's on the ship and the three other Night Sisters resurrect a bunch of those corpses,
Ooh,
and there's a bunch of them like in Fallen Order just attacking, like dead Night Sisters just going crazy.
that
Like
would be really, really cool.
that'd be so wild. But
Because
I'm
I don't think in Clone Wars Ahsoka ever went to Dathomir, huh?
I don't think so. Nah, there
Yeah,
was no reason. I know Obi-Wan and Anakin did, right?
yeah, yeah. I
Because
remember that
yeah,
episode. They talk with Mother Talzin. Yeah,
they did. But I don't think Ahsoka ever did. So yeah, it'd be really crazy to see like her reaction and stuff.
yeah.
So Sabine. Man, what do you think of Sabine so far, like in the show overall?
I get that people find her annoying and like she seems immature. I get it. I feel the same way, but I have also like a like contrasting opinion towards it cuz like she's lost everything. She lost her homeworld, she's lost Ezra, Kanan, like
Her
she
family
failed at
too.
being a Jedi. She lost her family. So like despite age, I feel like she's acting out of desperation, and that's what's causing her to be so annoying. Because when you lean on your desperation, you're not thinking clearly, like you're just
Yeah,
focusing on your emotions. So it's leading her to make all these like really dumb mistakes and make bad decisions. So I don't think that it speaks to her character. I think it's just to portray how conflicted and sad and desperate she is. So it comes off as annoying, but I think it's like just like the tip of the iceberg, if you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me as much. I know it's bothering a lot of people.
Mhm.
It doesn't bother me that much. I could see some of it because, like, damn, she really did bring them to Thrawn, but like,
Yeah.
she's just trying to get Ezra.
Yeah.
And what was I gonna say? I liked her. I liked her in this episode when she was getting her ass kicked because I'm glad she isn't all of a sudden Superwoman with the lightsaber, the Force. Like it's real. Like you said, she's been through all this trauma. She hasn't been fighting in 5, 7, 8 years, however long it's
Yeah.
been. So
Yeah.
she's rusty, and those
Mhm.
dudes like whipped her ass. She barely got out. She
Oh,
had to go
yeah.
through all her weapons, go through her
Yeah.
lightsaber. So I like that she's not like overpowered
Yeah.
and when she interacted with Ezra, it felt natural. It felt right. It felt like Rebels in live action, like for real, for
I
real.
think so too. Yeah, I think their interaction depicted how it was in Rebels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. So speaking of Ezra, I called that scene because I'm like, he's gonna pop up behind her and
Mm.
say, "Hey, Sabine," or something like that. What'd you think? First impressions of Ezra Bridger?
I think his contacts look a little weird, but I like his getup.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
yeah,
little off.
a
It's like
little, yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of something that like I focus on, like, it's kinda distracting is
yeah,
how I'll put it. It's a little distracting, but I think his mannerisms, like how he'd laugh, like he's still acting like Ezra, like he's
yeah.
still like a teen or a child, or not like a child, but like he's older, but his actions are still depicting what we saw in Rebels. So I thought he did a good job with that.
He did, and the one thing I was gonna judge hard was the voice, because like
Mm,
I mean, clearly I've watched Rebels, but like when I went to ICC Con in Nashville,
mm,
Tennessee, and I met Taylor Gray and I got his autograph, there's maybe like 3, 4 people in line in front of me, and like he was talking to everybody, and his voice is Ezra's voice. He doesn't change his voice. So I'm standing in line,
ooh.
and all I hear is Ezra talking to people. It was amazing, and
Aw.
I even told him, I'm like, bro, you're like regular voice is Ezra. He's like, yeah, I know that. Like that Steve and Hera, they changed their voice, but me, it's just I'm just talk like this. So
Yeah,
it was so
it's
cool.
natural. Yeah.
Yeah. So hearing his voice in person is amazing, but hearing this guy on the show, I'm like, it doesn't sound like Taylor Gray, but it sounds like Ezra, if that makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
So it sounded good. It sounded like an older Ezra for sure.
I think that's probably what they directed him to go for because it has been 10 years and I forget how old he was in Rebels like in the last episode when him and Thrawn went off. But I
Mhm.
mean I think that's the intention to show that he's
Yeah.
grown up a little bit, you know. So it's not gonna be exactly the same, but his manners, I think the laughter, the way he was laughing with Sabine, I thought that was like spot
Yeah.
on for Ezra.
I wish we would have got more. I'm glad that we did get him though,
Mm.
because if we didn't, I already could see tons of theory videos coming out saying that Enoch was Ezra. You know, Enoch, the gold-faced stormtrooper. Like people
Yeah.
probably would have been like, "Oh, there's Ezra. He's mind washed there." But that dude was weird. That Enoch dude. I don't know how I feel about him. What'd you think when you saw that gold-faced guy?
I think maybe it's part of Thrawn's, like, heritage, like, maybe he helped sculpt the helmet that he's wearing,
Oh, okay.
like, for the Chiss Empire, like, maybe it's a part of that. I know I was talking and with someone, and we're discussing the name, and Enoch, like, in biblical terms, mean, like, walking with God, he walked with God, so he's walking with Thrawn, like,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
heir to the Empire, so yeah, I think his name is cool.
Oh.
He's an interesting character. I think it has to do something with his heritage, like the Chess Empire, but it could just be something new.
Do you think there's a person in there, or do you think it's like Marak? There's just magic in their smoke. The voice is weird.
Yeah, the
It's
voice
very
is weird.
robotic.
I want it to be a person. I'm tired of this, like,
I know.
dusty air that we get
I
when
know. Me
someone
too.
dies.
But like it's I feel like it has to be somebody who's important because like he's his right hand man, the leader
Yeah,
of his guard or whatever he said.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like who the hell is that person, man? So weird.
yeah.
Ezra's outfit, I didn't notice it the first time through because I think I was distracted by his contacts. But
Yeah,
like,
it's
did you notice like his shirt? He was wearing like a chainmail underneath, like a knight type thing.
yeah.
So right away, like my second watch through, I kind of was like, that's probably for like self-defense because there's a lot of those raiders out there. So maybe that's why. But what'd you think of that when you saw it, like his little knights of armor stuff?
I think I think it's more like medieval, and I think there's a lot of medieval elements considering, Balin and
There
Shin's
is,
outfits, and
yeah.
I wonder why they drew inspiration from, like, medieval style, but, I mean, I don't know, I like it, I don't mind, I like the, mixture of what we typically see in Star Wars and then kinda implementing more influence from, like, a medieval time period, I don't mind that.
I cannot wait for the glow up. Whenever he gets back and he gets a fresh Ezra outfit, cleans his hair, cleans up his beard a little bit. I want him to keep the beard, but like clean it up. But he's gonna look so much more like Ezra when he gets into like a rebel's outfit. Like that moment is gonna be fire.
You know what I'm, like, slightly hoping for is how we got that parallel scene to when Kanan, like, cuts off his hair
Oh,
and then we see
uh-huh.
Sabine cut off her hair.
Yeah.
What if, like, Ezra has that same moment where he's like, "No, like, I don't wanna fight anymore," or something like that, and then he
Yeah.
finally is like, "Oh, this is my purpose," and then, like, cuts his hair. I think it'd be really cool.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. I wouldn't mind that at all. Do you think well, what do you think we're gonna see Ezra with a lightsaber at all, or use his old lightsaber at all in the next 2 episodes?
I think he might use it as a last resort. I think we're gonna see
Yeah.
him utilizing the Force and, like, relying on the Force a lot, and maybe he's had a lot of time in the past 8, 10 years, however long it's been to, like, train more and maybe get in touch more with the Force, so I'm excited to see if his powers have progressed since with the last time we
Yeah.
saw him.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. That's gonna be crazy. So I know for a fact I think the next episode is gonna be like episode 4, because episode 4 was the one where it was just nonstop fights, right? Like they
Mm.
fought in the woods, then
Yeah,
Shin,
yeah.
Shin and Sabine and Ahsoka and Marak, and then
Yeah,
Balin and Ahsoka. Like it was nonstop fighting.
right.
I I think 7 is gonna be like that. I think those either those 2 squadrons of the zombie troopers or those raiders with Balin and Shin will find them and they'll fight, and then they'll fight the next wave, and then Ahsoka will pop up and
Like,
start
to
throwing
get back to
hands.
where Thrawn is, and then Ahsoka is
Yeah,
coming and yeah, to meet Thrawn, yeah.
I think it's gonna be a lot of fighting, and I'm all for it because it's gonna be great. I just can't wait to see. Oh, so another thing that was super interesting when Thrawn said to Morgan Elsbeth, I need you to find out Ahsoka Tano's her home planet, her family, her master, everything about her. So clearly it's gonna be Anakin stuff. I think Morgan's gonna get like a hologram of Anakin and play it for Thrawn. Cause
Ooh.
there's audio from the trailer that's missing where Hayden said, in this war, it's more than just droids, blah, blah, blah. What if
Yeah.
it's that same training puck from Rebels that Ezra opened up and played, And remember, Ahsoka was like, he was a great master in real life.
Oh, yeah.
What if
Yeah.
we see that, but in real life with
That would
Hayden?
be so cool, just, like, tying up all these ends from Rebels. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would be really cool. I want more Hayden content anyway, any little bit of it I'm excited for.
I have a feeling we're gonna get a little bit of Hayden sprinkled in both episodes. I think like
I would
that
love that.
hologram thing,
Yeah.
or maybe a small flashback because we need to hear that line. And like, I pray we get a Force Ghost in the finale. Like, give us a Force Ghost. Like, we got Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. Like, give us Anakin at the end. Just buy snips, like something positive. Because I have a feeling the show's not going to end good. What do you think? You think it's going to end good, or the
I
bad
think
guys are going to win?
I think the bad guys are gonna win because it has to all of this stuff, not that it has to, but it's most likely gonna tie into the sequels. And I feel like that thing that Balin was referring to, like that more power or something bigger than
Oh
what's
yeah,
happening,
yeah.
might be Palpatine. Like he might be
Oh,
feeling Palpatine, you know?
yeah, that kind of makes sense. But Dave Filoni is too good to be that
Mm,
lazy, and somehow Palpatine returned in Peridia. Like, I get
that's
what you,
true.
I get
Yeah.
what you're saying, but like, what if they don't leave this galaxy? Like, what if they stay stuck there, or only some people leave? Because, like, say if they go there and they're stuck there, they could be there the whole sequels, and it doesn't have to lead to the sequels.
That's true.
Because
And then
what?
maybe we get like an alternate story of like what's going on in another galaxy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Filoni
Yeah.
will not have his hands ties. It
Mm,
doesn't have to make the first order, connect to Snoke, connect to this. He can literally play in his own sandbox and do what he wants.
yeah. That'd be cool. I'd like more new content, but have it be Star Wars, you know.
Yeah, exactly. So I guess we'll see, but I think some people are gonna come back and some are gonna be stuck. I don't even know what to think anymore. Dave is just throwing curveballs and doing what he wants. It's so hard to predict.
It really is. And I love it. I
I
think
love that.
that's what
Yeah.
makes for good cinema, you know,
Yeah.
like or you don't know what's gonna happen next. You can't predict anything because it's everywhere. And we have all these different new characters too, which is
They're
really
and they're
exciting.
And they're awesome. Balin and
Mhm.
Shin, I'm
Yeah.
in love with Shin. I'm in love with her. Like
Yeah,
straight up. And Balin, like, it sucks so bad that Ray Stevenson passed
I
away because
know.
he deserves all the love. Because like at the next
Mhm.
convention he would have been at or celebration, he would have gotten so much love from the fans. He wouldn't know what to do. He wouldn't be able to handle it.
He's a
So
great actor. He's
he
really
is.
good, and I think he makes for a good Jedi. I know he's not considered a Jedi
Yeah, whatever
in this
he is.
content,
Yeah.
but I think he's a really good portrayal of what the Jedi used to be.
When he was saying to Shin, and you kind of just mentioned it, that you don't feel it. There's something calling me. There's a bigger presence here. Yo, like I think Dave is cooking. I think something's going on because like those three mothers, Night
Mm.
Sisters, they want to leave. They're bad.
Mhm.
They're working with Thrawn so they could dip. Like, why are they so scared to leave the planet? Why is it just them three? If they're powerful, like where are your people at? Like, what's going on?
Right.
I think there's a bigger bad, a bigger villain than Thrawn there, and Balin is trying to find it.
I think so too. I think that's a good prediction. My first initial reaction was like, "Oh, it's probably leading to the sequels," but it would be really nice if it was something like an alternate galaxy villain, like, and then we have more storylines regarding that. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm excited to see what Balin is feeling, and I don't know if Shin was
Yeah.
able to tap into it either. I think she's
Nah,
just relying on Balin.
she looked like a lost puppy.
Yeah.
The way she looks at him, asking him
Mhm.
everything,
Yeah.
she's lost. She's super
Mhm.
lost.
Yeah.
But I think that's how it's gonna end. Like maybe something I don't even know anymore. I cannot wait for the next 2 weeks, man. I cannot wait. I hope they're like
Mhm.
at least 50 minutes or an hour long, the last two. Like, Dave, please let us eat, man. Please.
Episode 5, this last episode was really, really long. Like, that's how I wanted each episode to be. I know that there's limitations, but this last
Yeah.
episode, not episode 6, but episode 5 with Hayden and Ahsoka, I felt like it was really long. I was expecting it to end when Ahsoka woke up and then we move on to the next episode, but I
Yeah.
really liked that there was a continuation, that it felt long and it felt nice to be able to have that much content in one episode.
No, for sure. What are your predictions for episode 7?
Oh God, I have no idea. I think, Sabine is gonna explain to Ezra how she got there.
Oh,
And
that's
I
not a
think
good
Ezra,
combo.
yeah, that's not going to be a good conversation. He's going to get upset at Sabine, obviously, and then forgive her. And then they're probably going to make their way back to Thrawn. And then Ahsoka's going to be there. And then, maybe they're going to like all team up on Thrawn. Or maybe we get a hint of like what this like bigger power is. And then maybe they start working together. I don't know. Maybe like Thrawn, Ahsoka, Ezra start working together to like leave the galaxy to fight this like bigger power. I don't know.
Oh, because Thrawn seems like he wants to dip too.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has the Chimera. Why wouldn't he just fly around this galaxy and look at other planets? Like, did he find something that he's scared of, and he just wants to dip so he could be the only badass in the galaxy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thrawn also, he's a savage because when he said first when he said to Shin and Balin that go kill Ezra after they find each other, I'm like, yo, this guy, that's Thrawn. But
Mm-hmm.
then when he said to Morgan, like he was like, even if they find Ezra and Sabine, whether they kill them or not, we'll leave them. I don't care
We'll
about
leave
your
without
mercenaries.
them.
Yeah, that was so savage.
That's
Oh,
Thrawn though.
I
That
know.
when he has a goal and he has a mission, that's all that matters. Everyone else is just casualties.
I loved every moment of Thrawn. I wanted more of that chubby guy, that chubby blue guy. Oh my
Yeah.
god. It was great. Oh, so good. Now, after these 2 episodes though, we're going into the dark times. There's not going to be nothing until maybe mid 2024. Like what are we going to do?
Rewatch Ahsoka over and over and over again.
That's true. I've rewatched every episode multiple times. The Anakin episode I watched every day for the whole week, from that Tuesday to the next Tuesday. Like I just woke up every day, watched it. It puts me in such a good mood for the day. It's like your morning cup of coffee. Like
Yeah,
it
it
gets
gives
you
you so much
going.
energy, yeah.
Yeah. Have you been rewatching it a lot or no?
I've been rewatching, like, clips, and then I know that some of the, behind the scenes, clips have been
Mm,
coming out, and I've been
yeah.
rewatching that a lot because I love seeing Hayden talk and, like, you
Yeah.
see him, like, helping Filoni direct, like, he's giving his 2 cents in it, and I think not that he did a bad job in the prequels. That's what he was directed to do. But maybe if he had more of his voice
Hmm.
during that time, I think
Oh
maybe
yeah.
we would have liked, and more people would have liked him initially at first.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure. So do you where do you rank Ahsoka in live action shows? Is it your favorite live action Star Wars, or is it like Mando, or what what?
It's my favorite.
Yeah?
It's definitely my favorite. Yeah, I liked
Yeah.
Andor, and this last
Oh,
season,
not Andor. Oh,
I liked Andor. I liked not all of it. I liked the second half of it, like after the jail portion.
uh,
Um, but Ahsoka is definitely my favorite. Like we got all our great characters back. I love seeing Hayden. I'm a huge Ahsoka fan.
yeah,
And
yeah,
then
of course.
also Rebels. Like after I watched Rebels, I started looking up. I was like, when is the next season coming out?
Yeah,
And there was
nothing.
no next season.
Yeah.
So this is the best series I've seen so far. Like live action, I think I would put it at the top
So
number one.
before Ahsoka came out, was Andor was your favorite live action show?
Um, I think season 1 of Mando would be my
Oh,
favorite.
okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
okay, good. I was a little worried there. Oh man.
I
Oh,
liked Andor for what it was. It was different. It's not like
it
our typical
was.
Star Wars, but if I had to pick, I would say season 1 of Mando when it came out. That
Oh,
was
of
really, really
course.
good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long into Ahsoka did you realize it was your favorite live action show? Like, how many episodes did it take for you to be like, "This is the best"?
I think the second episode. By the second episode, I
Nice.
was like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
going in the direction. Yeah.
I think for me, I think it started in the third, but I think the fourth episode locked it in because that fourth episode was 10 out of 10 banger before they showed Anakin, and they just dropped the mic with Anakin at the end. I started tearing up. I couldn't finish my reaction video. I was so shocked because there were no leaks that Anakin was gonna show up in this episode. It was always episode 5. So that after that, I'm like, this destroys all other live action shows for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I thought after episode 2, I was like, no, this is I love Huang. I love how he
Oh, he's the
brings the
best.
element from, the Jedi. Like he has all this knowledge and like every time I see him, all I think about is him helping younglings build their lightsabers, and I think it's so precious.
It is. I always think of the episode where he's saving the younglings. They're running in a hallway, and his leg gets shot off, then his arm gets shot off at his head, and there's 3 younglings carrying all his body parts while he's hopping away.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he was in a bunch of episodes.
Mhm.
He's the best, and I love David Tennant. I'm a huge Doctor Who fan,
Mm,
so he voices him and like, oh, it's the best.
he
It's the
does a good
best.
job. And also, I think it was the first episode, we got the same guy who voices the mayor of
Oh, yeah. What's his name? Oh.
I don't know. I forget his name, but it's the
Yeah,
same
the man.
actor.
It is. You know who else he voices?
No.
That's Savage Opress.
No way.
Yeah. So the minute I saw him, I'm like, Savage. He's the voice actor of Savage. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
So I'm gonna bring up this clip real quick. Hold on 1 second, because
Oh, what?
there's a clip with Sam Witwer in the booth recording sessions with him, like doing Savage stuff. Oh, let me see if I can find it. But he is Savage Opress. He voices him.
I'm so shook right now. I don't know how I did
Yeah.
not know this.
Is it in this one? Oh man. I don't know if I'll find it. Wait, is that it? Oh, here it is. Here it is. I found it. Okay, hold on. Let me share the screen and show you this. But yeah, so the minute I saw him, I'm like Savage. Everyone else was like, "Oh, he's the actual mayor." I'm like, "Oh yeah, he is." But no. So let's let this ad finish, ruining my video. But so they're in the booth.
Determination to assert himself on the galaxy. So you just kind of mix all that up.
Where is it at?
His mind is
he's
also
Savage.
Shattered. His body is
Yeah.
in pieces, and yet he has this,
He voiced
this
Savage.
grim determination to assert.
Is there more? Oh, here we go.
I was apprenticed to the most powerful being in the galaxy once. I was destined to become so much more. But I was robbed of that destiny by the Jedi, by Obi-Wan Kenobi. You must have your revenge, my brother. Yes, we shall start with revenge.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So the minute I saw him, I was like, Savage, right away. Right away. He also was in Mando season 2, the prison break with Bill Burr. He was the guy with the horns.
Oh.
With Mando's crew that he had to help Bill Burr and their crew. Well, that might have been season 1, but he was that guy too. But yeah, that's Savage Opress.
Wow. I almost like started tearing up seeing Sam Witwer in the booth. He's so great. I love him. I love him so much.
He like I met him again a few days ago. If he's ever at any show and I'm by it, I'm 100% going and getting an autograph. I don't care if I have every mall figure I have autographed. Just meeting him and talking to him. Have you ever met him before or no?
I've never met him before. I've seen a lot of his
Oh.
interviews. I love how passionate he is about Star Wars. I love that he's even given Filoni a few pointers like about the character and about Star Wars itself.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
I played Force Unleashed. I love Force Unleashed.
Amazing.
He's so knowledgeable and so passionate about Star Wars. So I love seeing him work.
Yeah, no, if he's ever by you at a convention or a show, you have to go. It's such a dope experience because like I asked him a question. So when I went up, you probably saw the video. I sent it in the group
I think
chat.
so. Yeah.
But I asked him a question about like would you want to see a Tales of the Sith with a young Maul being trained by Palpatine? And this man just went off like, well, there's this story with Mother Talzin, and then there's this story, and then there's this story, and none of it's ever been told. I'd like to see, like, he just went off on crazy lore, and I was like, this is amazing. Yeah, He's the
You know
man.
what'd be really cool if maybe he like produced and helped direct like his own Star Wars show
I
and
would
it
love it, man. Ah, that would be so cool.
would be so cool.
Oh, so freaking cool. But that's pretty much everything I have. Do you have anything coming up next? Any new merch coming out soon that we can keep an eye on?
Oh, I mean, I'm starting to. So I took like a huge hiatus because I was like moving and whatnot. So I'm trying to get back into the content game. I
Nice.
want to do a few streams because it just hit like my 1 year anniversary for having my shop open. So I'm thinking of maybe
Nice.
like dressing up in a cosplay and watching like episode 2 or 1 and just like
Nice.
live streaming and just talking about it.
Yeah.
But more designs, definitely inspo from Rebels just because of what we're getting. And then just, yeah, I think more designs coming out probably maybe like once a month, every couple of weeks. I don't know.
Nice.
It's hard to like release it, but I do have to work on my thank you cards because I got a few purchases, so I have to be sending that out soon. But yeah, a few
Nice.
more designs. You'll see some like funny, really dumb reels from me. And yeah, maybe like a live stream of watching one of the prequel movies.
Nice. Awesome. All right, guys.
Yeah.
So definitely check her out. I'm going to put the link down in the description. Check out her store. But that's going to be it for this episode of Sith Talk. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.